Shalom. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Racha Kodash, and Shanya Kabad, Gadwali Rekwabs, Akwanyam Nawa. That's double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom, Babarakim, Labakayim, Shayasharala. And that's peace and blessing to the elect of Israel, and also to the confusion of faces that look like the other nations, but whose spirits resonate with the truth of these scriptures, and that believe and have faith in the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. To all of you brothers as well, I want to say Shalom. Wabarakim, peace and blessings. So first off, Salakia, if my voice isn't coming in too clear, or if it's a lot of noise in the background, I'm sitting in the car, and of course it's raining and sleet and all these kind of things. You know, Esau has his contraptions going on right now, so the weather isn't too good right now, but Lord willing, you brothers and maybe sisters out there can hear me, and this is edifying. I pray it's edifying. But this article, it's entitled Interest Rate Hikes Pose Mental Health Threat to People in Debt, came out March 19th. So I'm bringing this out because the majority of the people out here in the world that are in debt are you so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, and Latinos, which are the true biblical Israelites. And with that being said, we're coming into a time now where Babylon the Great, which is America, will enter into an economic collapse, whether it happens sometime this year, later this year, hopefully, or maybe early next year. At the end of the day, we're praying for certain things like this to happen, and we're looking for it because we understand and we know that these things must happen. Babylon and Esau, Edom must fall in order for the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai to be established. Now, with that being said, certain things are going to happen in this world very, very, very soon that are going to affect you Negroes, Native American Indians, and Latinos on ways that you're not even thinking about. First of all, these interest rates being hiked. There we go. Interest rate hikes. You know, and we're going to read a little bit about that. But also, we understand we're coming into a time of famine. Not just famine of the word, but true famine. You know, prices are going to rise. It's going to be hard to get oil or gas, which means what? Trucks can't bring food in and out of cities, things like that. And then it's going to get hard to live. I mean, true famine. You know what I mean? Certain things like that we're coming into, and all of the joy, all the mirth, all of the happiness, things like that. Lord willing, we'll get scriptures on that. It's going to be taken out of this place. So small things we don't consider like this. So let's read this article. It says, interest rate hikes pose central banks. Interest rate hikes by central banks can impact on the mental health of people in debt, according to a new study by experts from the University of Stirling and Nottingham. We're going to read this whole article, Lord willing, because it's very short. It says central banks around the world use interest rates to control how much people and businesses spend or invest in order to maintain a low inflation, aka a stable economy. All right. However, research published in the Journal of Affective Disorder shows some Esau wisdom crap that changing interest rates to meet economic objectives can have consequences for mental health. So, of course, it's already been a few different what's it been already, 3 or 4? I think around 3 interest rate hikes so far this year. You know what I mean? But all this is for the purpose of an economic collapse, because that's why the scriptures tell you as soon as they say peace and safety, then cometh sudden destruction. These interest rate hikes are supposed to be for the purpose of stabilizing the economy, but it's going to eventually do the opposite. So let's keep reading. It says, researchers from the universities of Stirling and Nottingham conducted a study involving more than 15,000 people in the UK. They found that when interest rates increased, those who were heavily indebted experienced an increased likelihood of mental health difficulty. They did not find any effect on savers. All right. So the people that actually had money. And who were the ones saving? You jakes out there and saving no daggone money. You're not investing in stock markets and real estate and buying land. I mean, if you are, then of course this isn't the time to be doing so anyway. But at the end of the day, we're the ones not doing that. It's a so-called white man and his so-called white wife, the Edomites, Esau, Edom. They're the main ones that are saving, living good, living deliciously. They have the fatness of the earth. Interest rate hikes aren't affecting them at all. It's affecting you Negroes, Native American Indians, and Latinos, not only on an economic level, well, I'm just going to say on your pockets so you can get my drift, but it's also going to affect your mental. Now look, it says lead researcher Dr. Christopher Boyce, a behavioral scientist at Stirling Management School, said their research, which is the first to explore whether central bank rates rate changes directly influence mental health has important implications for economic and social policy. He goes on to write, central banks have the task of maintaining economic stability, but it is important for central bankers to recognize that by manipulating the economy, wide interest rates, there are likely to be serious consequences for some people's mental health. Now, this is what I found real interesting in this article. It says the researchers found that for each 1% increase in interest rates, there was a 2.6% increase in the incidence of mental health issues experienced by those heavily in debt. UK-wide researchers estimated each percentage point increase would result. So each percentage point increase would result in 20,000 additional cases of mental health difficulty at an overall cost to society of 156 million. I guess that's euros. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, who really knows how Esau is conducting some kind of mental health issue, mental health difficulty? Who knows how he's conducting it? But at the end of the day, I wanted to point this out because some kind of mental effect is happening when interest rates are being hiked. And it's mainly affecting you so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, and Latinos. And we're coming into the time where there's going to be more and more interest rates being hiked, for the purpose of, they're going to say, stabilizing the economy. But what is that going to do? It's going to make more money have to come out of your pocket, because then all of a sudden businesses have to, if you know a little bit about interest rate hikes, then businesses have to pay more for goods and services. Charge more for their goods and services in order to make a return. And then that makes what? That makes you average people out here have to pay more. And when you go to like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, things like that, Costco, for goods, for food. And then all of a sudden, for the people that are actually in debt, then it has a mental effect on you. But, all these plagues, we understand, are going to keep happening like that. They're going to keep rolling out. And these are the small things that we don't consider. It's going to be a time where we're not living day by day on the regular like we are right now. You're not going to be getting up, getting your clothes on, doing your hair, for you females out there, hopping in the shower, eating some breakfast, listening to some music, hopping in the car, listening to some music while you're in traffic, going to work, and, doing your regular 9 to 5. It's not going to be like that anymore. We're coming into a time where it's going to be hard for you to get to work. It's going to be hard for you to actually get gas to go to work. It's going to be hard for you to actually buy food. It's going to be hard for you to actually keep up with the payments on your house, things like that. And only if the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash is dealing with you, not only right now, but in that time, only then. And plus, we're also coming into the time of, the mark of the beast too. So let me put that in conjunction. Only then, when all these prophecies come to pass, if the spirit of the Lord is dealing with you, will you be protected. That's why the scriptures tell you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. Wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures will be the stability of thy times. But you see, 2/3 of our people are going to be affected. 2/3 of our people are going to be affected by these interest rate hikes. They're going to be caught off guard. Why? Because they're not in the scriptures. They don't understand prophecy. They don't even know prophecy. All right, so we keep reading. It says, matter of fact, we're going to skim through. I want to consider how negative effects mental health. I'm trying to affect the economy. All right, because I want to get into the scriptures. I don't want to read too much about this article. Only a few more paragraphs. Detrimental health, central. All right, whatever. We'll read. It says, our research has potentially important policy implications. Whilst it is important to avoid high unemployment and instability, which in themselves can be detrimental to mental health, central bankers need to understand that the tools they use to maintain economic stability can also have direct consequences on mental health. Low interest rates encourage the uptake of debt, potentially creating unsustainable debt levels and putting many at risk when there are future interest rate rises. When this happens, we need to ensure those in debt receive adequate support, which won't happen. Matter of fact, it will happen. And what are they going to bring out? The microchip. They're going to bring out the microchip. You know what? Interest rates are hiking. That's what they're going to do. Tawadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for that inspiration right there. Let me read that again. When this happens, we need to ensure those in debt receive adequate support. So interest rates are going to continue to be spiked or hiked. It's going to make it hard to buy certain things. You Negroes, Native American Indians, and Latinos in debt are going to be in some kind of mental health condition. Going to be feeling down, like the whole world is just coming down on you. You don't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, Esau Edom is going to roll out with the microchip. That's going to be the adequate support. That's going to be the help. That's going to be the aid from Egypt. You're in debt. You know it. Take this chip. We got $10,000 on this chip. Oh, okay, you can't eat. You can't afford to go to Walmart right now. It's cool. Take this chip. Take this chip and just pay for your meals. We got money on it right here. You know what I mean? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time. Last paragraph. It says one way to improve the economy, as others have argued, while as I don't care about that, man. All right, let's get into the scriptures. It goes on to read. 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. We'll start at verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginnings of evil, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Straightforward. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. So all these things are going to continue to play out on the earth. All these plagues and pestilences and diseases and sicknesses and illnesses and destruction and people breaking in and stealing, uproars and riots. All these things are going to happen. People aren't going to turn from their sins. You know what I mean? It says, behold, victuals shall be. And when you look at the word victuals, it basically means something towards your daily living. It represents goods, things you need to live day by day. That's what a victual is. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon them, sword, famine, and great confusion. So all of a sudden, people are living day by day right now, going to work 9 to 5, coming back home, enjoying themselves with their wives and their kids, going out to eat at restaurants, things like that. But then all of a sudden, it says the sword, famine, and great confusion in the land. Confusion meaning with mixture. All of a sudden, things are going to happen, and it's going to be like this huge intertwining of prophecies, just boom, 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 striking, and it's going to hit quick, and it's going to hit hard, and it's going to hit fast, and people aren't going to know what happened, and that's going to cause that mental breakdown. Right? It says, for many of them shall dwell upon earth. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. So now we're going to go on to read one more scripture, because through the Spirit, I believe that was very straightforward. Isaiah 24, verse 7. We're going to get into like the mirth, the joy, the happiness that's going to be taken out of this land called Babylon the Great. AKA, I'm going to reverse it, AKA America. Because this place really is Babylon. It is Babylon the Great. A lot of confusion going on in this land. All right. This is Isaiah 24, verse 7. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. Why? Because of everything that we just read in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Again, saying the same thing. All the joy, all the mirth, all the happiness, the regular 9 to 5, getting up, doing like this, meeting your co-workers every day, going on vacations, going to Six Flags. All these things is going to come to a quick and speedy end. Verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. All the happiness gone. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion, that's America, is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, meaning knowledge. What is going on. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, verse 12. Why not? In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. And that's going to happen real soon. All these prophecies will come to pass. And we're praying and hoping that they come real soon. We're praying and hoping that they happen this year. Through the Spirit, the microchip, the prophecy of the microchip has been on Elder Apostle Tahar a lot lately in his last videos. And it could very well bust out this year. It could be very well made mandatory this year, in a few states, But again, we're the watchmen, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be watching right now and prophesying and letting the people know what's going on. But this is just a short admonishment. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Stay in the game. Keep your mind occupied in prophecy. Keep reading. Keep fasting. That's another thing. With all these prophecies hidden, and understanding the time that we're getting into, fast. Fast and pray. Brothers should be trying to fast more and more. 2-3 days if you can. Who cares about what people think out here? Oh, man, you're getting smaller. Why aren't you're not eating? Hey, man, I'm just sick. You know what I mean? I'm just going through some things. Who cares what they think? You know what I mean? If you're not eating meals, things like that, we understand why we're fasting. We're coming into the times where we're not going to have a meal every day. Anyway. But we should be, praying, fasting, and continuing to read, understanding the times that we're shortly coming into. All right. So I pray that this was edifying. I want to, again, give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shani Kabad Gadawala Requabs Kwanyam Nawa. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom wa Barakim Labakarim Shaya Sharala. And peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom.